Welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel and your weekly guidance from Spirit. We are going to be drawing 3 cards to help to guide you in, and we will also draw a rune and a charm for each of the readings. I post these readings every single Sunday. Oh, okay. Do you know, reading number 1, reading number 2, and reading number 3 already showing themselves. Okay, let us have a look and see which cards are coming through to guide you into your guidance from Spirit for this week. Your Spirit team's support of you. Wow, reading number 1, you have Angel of Soulmates. Okay. Reading number 2, Angel of, oh, these are beautiful, Angel of Faith. Very uplifting readings, though. Do you know, guys, that does not surprise me because the week ahead is full of possibility. I will post in a moment the lunar updates for the week, and my goodness me, this is a week of powerful potential. So Angel of Soulmates for reading number 1, Angel of Faith for reading number 2, and Angel of Past Lives for reading number 3. This is very interesting because I've been thinking about doing one of my extra spontaneous readings around past lives, actually. And thank you guys for your suggestions that you've been putting up in the comments for the additional readings that I do. Okay, let's draw a rune and also a charm. You may already know which of these are speaking to you, and it may be more than one, but let's draw runes. Okay, 3 runes coming out straight away. So your first is the rune of possessions. This is, I'm just going to say the rune of possessions. I'm going to leave you to tune in, and I'll say more about the meaning when we get to the readings. Angel of Soulmates, the rune of nourishment and possessions. Reading number 2, Angel of Faith, and you have the rune of joy. Reading number 3, fascinating, Angel of Past Lives, you have the rune of separation. So this is your Spirit guides guidance for the week ahead. If you're watching these readings at a different time, it will be relevant to you right here and right now. Reading number 1, your charm is your third eye. Reading number 2, your charm is, oh wow, this is the spiral. Angel of Faith. Gosh, this is loaded with creativity. Reading number 3, Angel of Past Lives. And you have the fishbone. It's really interesting, getting to the bare bones of something. Okay, so these are the cards, runes and charms for this week's guidance from Spirit, from your Spirit team. You may already know which of these are working for you, which are calling. It may be more than one. The timestamps are in the information box below. And if you need a little more time, just press the pause button. I'm now going to upload the lunar updates for the coming week. It's a very, very exciting week of potential openings and evolutionary growth at a level of soul. So Super Souls, I will either see you in the lunar updates or I will see you in the readings. Tons and tons of love. Welcome to the lunar updates and a very exciting week of very evolutionary openings. So today on Sunday, the moon moves from Scorpio into Sagittarius with a void of course space between 21:39 and 22:32 p.m. GMT. Now, whether you feel the need to be still or you're in a really active get up and go kind of mode, resting up or surging forwards, just go with the flow today. Be particularly responsive to the present moment because the lunar influence has a real karmic feel to it, and it does suggest the potential for unexpected opportunities. So be alert, aware and responsive. On Monday, the moon is in Sagittarius, and the lunar influence brings a very expansive day that supports direct action, especially in areas of life that are calling for healing, reparation and recovery. So remember that just as direct action speaks to us of actually physically moving forwards, it can also be sometimes requesting that we make a clear and conscious choice to stop. You know, direct action can be a choice for inaction, for resting up, especially for reparation and recovery. So be conscious of this today. On Tuesday, we have a super full moon in Sagittarius. It is exact at 12:51 p.m. GMT. This super full moon is a time of powerful completions and potential healing. The influence of Sagittarius invites us to free ourselves from anything that might be holding us back, tie up loose ends and begin to formulate and plan for the next phase on our journey of manifestation. The Sun, the Moon and Neptune collaborate, so they bring to light any areas of emotional charge that require our attention. Chiron, the wounded healer, aligns as well with the masculine warrior energy of Mars, so pathways are opening for healing and clearing the way for new hope, new vision and new optimism. The energy of a full moon in Sagittarius will naturally help to align us with renewed enthusiasm. It will ignite our passions, help us to expand, especially in areas of life that connect us with justice, purpose and freedom. Now we are almost reaching the turning point of the solstice, which also indicates a new phase of growth and progression. So this super full moon invites us to prepare for this shift in energy and to align ourselves and our manifestations with the rhythms and the cycles of the natural world. It's an amazing day of opportunity, indeed an amazing week of opportunity. These are the exact times of the full moon. In Los Angeles, it's at 04:51 a.m, New York 07:51 a.m, London 12:51 p.m, Sydney 21:51 p.m, and in Auckland 23:21 p.m. And later in the day, the moon actually leaves Sagittarius and moves into Capricorn with a void of course space between 14:57 and 22:14 GMT. So that's a couple of hours, literally almost a couple of hours after the exact time of the full moon in your area. On Wednesday, the moon remains in Capricorn and we begin the day with a little bit of tension. Maybe you're raring to go, but you need to attend to something first. Take your time, whatever comes into your world, approach everything systematically, and as the day progresses, the energy gathers flow and everything starts to move forwards. On Thursday, the moon moves from Capricorn into Aquarius and there is a void of course space between 18:41 and 21:44 GMT. Now this is an amazingly dynamic day that can seriously bring shifts in consciousness, things that are going to help us to see clearly, to promote change, find transformation and rebirth. So get real, be very, very present, be decisive and also be prepared to leap into action and actually make it happen. On Friday, the moon is in Aquarius, and overall this is actually a lovely day of potential and possibility. So whether you're in a dreamy kind of imagining state of mind, or you're actually cracking on and doing stuff, you're involved in practical happenings, just get creative and surge ahead. And also just pay particular attention to your dreams. The energy really supports enlightenment, spiritual openings, and they may arrive in many different shapes and forms. On Saturday, the moon moves from Aquarius into Pisces with a void of course space between 18:49 and 23:02 GMT. The lunar influence that day really aligns with some significant karmic openings, really bringing us the potential to see something with real clarity and then to take action accordingly. So a kind of a flowing on from yesterday's energy. So be very real, be very authentic, and then make it happen. So Super Souls, it is a week of potential and possibility, and the super full moon in Sagittarius really primes the energy for opportunity, shifts in consciousness and creative potential that kind of, as the week progresses, really flow into being. So grasp the energy and enjoy. So Super Souls, if you have enjoyed the lunar updates and you'd like a little bit of a visual nudge, I do post these daily on Facebook and Instagram. So I'll put the links in the information box and in the comments for phone users, so you can link in with me there if you wish. And Super Souls, just have an amazing week. Welcome, reading number 1. You've been drawn to the Angel of Soulmates, the Rune of Possessions, Nourishment, and the Third Eye Charm. So very in alignment, I think, for those of you that have just checked in with the lunar updates for the week. This is a week of powerful potential and sort of karmic openings. Now, the Rune of Possessions, Nourishment, it's a rune of ambitions satisfied. So I'm going to say that if you are searching for a soulmate union, this reading may well be offering you guidance this week around exactly that, you know, how to initiate that, whether someone's coming into your life, whether you need to do anything or take action, because this is a week that really offers us opportunity to see with clarity and to then take action accordingly. So it's a very powerful week. Beautiful super full moon in Sagittarius, and so much energy of movement potentially. So we're going to draw some tarot cards for you first of all. So we are asking for weekly guidance for reading number 1 from your spirit team. So I'm going to move this card over here and let's see what you are shown. 9 of Stars, Perseverance. Okay, I'm going to move this beautiful heart just down here and put this card up here, because I think we're going to need quite a lot of room. Move reading 2 and 3 out of our way. Ace of Angels, Wisdom. Queen of Hearts, Sixth Sense. This is the card of the Tower, the ego collapse. 8 of Hearts, Codependency. And the High Priestess. Okay, I think we're going to need to move these just along a little bit so that we've got room for everything. Okay, so your weekly guidance from your spirit team. I do feel this is a reading that is in alignment with relationship, with soulmates. Now, it may be that some of you are in an existing relationship, and if so, I still think that there is something in this reading for you. I'm not feeling that it is only for people who are out there and searching for a soulmate or drawing in and attracting a soulmate, but I do think this is fundamentally about intimacy and connection in that way. So if that isn't on your agenda, this may not be the right reading for you out of the 3 for this week. But there is something here about navigating some aspect of a relationship and letting go of something that previously used to hold you back. It's kind of like, so I'm going to go down 2 different avenues here, whether you are in a relationship and you're navigating some aspect of that, or whether you are searching for a soulmate and drawing one in, or even navigating the beginnings of a relationship. I feel, for starters, your spirit team are saying persevere, keep going. What they're saying is, look, you have the wisdom and the knowledge here to trust yourself. Listen to your intuition. You know, listen with your heart and not your head. And that came through in the lunar guidance, the lunar updates this week. So if you haven't checked them out, you might want to. It's like listen with your heart rather than your mind. You know, the ego mind can play tricks on us. It's like it can tell us that something is absolutely right when really it isn't, or we can be barking up the wrong tree, looking for the wrong qualities. So there's something that you're processing this week that is actually going to allow you to let go of some aspect of codependency that used to hold you back. Okay, so your team are saying persevere. You know, ambitions satisfied, nourishment, unexpected surprises, rewards, gains. This is what this rune speaks of. Okay. And the third eye, they're saying, look, you have the wisdom. You have the wisdom of experience. You know, reading number 1, you have the wisdom of experience because you have worked at aspects of yourself that allow you to now know when you meet someone intuitively whether they are right for you. Very, very interesting. I'm actually going to draw some runes, some additional runes here for us as well, and then we'll draw more tarot and more oracle cards. Okay. Do you know, this does not surprise me in the slightest that we have the rune of the spiritual warrior. We have the rune of ice, we have the rune of protection, and we have the rune of breakthrough. Okay. Now, the rune of the spiritual warrior is the rune of discernment. It is a rune that says, cut away the old, let go of previous things that were inhibiting you. You know, walk that pathway of the spiritual warrior. The rune of protection actually says, you know, integrity is your protection, taking right action, doing what is right. Just, you know, when you live the pathway of the spiritual warrior, when you walk the pathway of the spiritual warrior, you are attracting integrity to you. Now, the rune of ice is interesting because it sort of says something is frozen. Sometimes though, you know, I think this rune actually indicates that we're being asked to pause. Okay, and to check in. I think to check in with yourself, okay, because we have a breakthrough rune here. So wow, intuition, the high priestess, sixth sense, queen of hearts. I mean, there is a break. You are at a breakthrough turning point. If you're in an existing relationship, you're going to see something, I think, this week with real clarity. And it will allow you to then take action accordingly. And this is very much in the flavour of the lunar influence for the week. If you are searching for someone, I think press the pause button. If I almost want to say, if more than one suitor appears, then remove your ego, remove the bit of you that thinks you know what you're looking for, and listen to your heart. And listen to your intuition. Your third eye will tell you whether someone is really going to resonate with you. Okay, the breakthrough is coming. The clarity is coming. Yes, something is going to shift here this week for you, and your spirit team are saying, look, persevere. You have the wisdom. They're really like saying, you know, we know you can do it. We believe in you. You know, tune into your intuition, listen to the wisdom of your experience. It's like there is an opportunity to do something differently, and that shifts the energy around you in terms of relationship, and it brings in that reward. Let's draw some. Yeah, let's draw from another tarot pack actually. So reading number 1, we are asking for guidance for the week ahead. This reading does focus on relationships, that's for sure. What other guidance are we given around the happenings of the week for reading number 1? Let's have a look at your cards. Okay, yeah, 9 of Swords, 9 of Stars, 9 of Swords, Perseverance, 5 of Cups. There's a lot of, wow, another 9. Okay, Reading number 1, very powerful message coming through here in terms of, and I want to focus in on the word disappointment. Okay, now when we are navigating either an existing relationship or we are navigating the finding of a new relationship, you know, especially if we think about, I mean, how do we meet people these days, you know, internet dating, for example, you know, you may well have to kind of like meet a lot of frogs before you find your prince or your princess. And actually, that can feel like a never-ending series of disappointments. And you're being asked here, it's really clear actually, to not see disappointment as something to be despondent about or to feel that, you know, it will never happen. More a test of your ability to be discerning and to believe in that the right person is worth waiting for, and to help you hone in on the qualities that really matter to you. Look at this breakthrough point here. Wow, look at this breakthrough point. Now we have a super full moon in Sagittarius, and I mean everything is primed for transformation. So look at this beautiful full moon. We're diving into the depths here. A full moon will illuminate oh wow, just such exciting stuff just coming into this reading. Reading number 1, a full moon will illuminate things that allow us to create shifts and to really energetically make significant changes in our world. And we are now in the tribal moon phase of storyteller. Storyteller is what tends to happen in the moon phase of storyteller is that events show up in our lives that allow us to rewrite our script, to ditch areas of relationship, like for example codependency, aspects where we're drawn into relationships for the wrong reason, or we don't feel we can say no to people who are drawn to us for the wrong reasons. That there is an opportunity in the storyteller moon phase to rewrite your script and to do things differently, to see things differently, to approach things differently, to gain a different perspective, to shift away from judgment, accept that other people are on their own pathway, but also firmly to say no to things that don't work for you. It's a really empowering moon phase, but stuff will rise to the surface or be brought into our world to help us to process aspects of our lives that we need to shift and change. In this instance, reading number 1, this is all about relationships. So, ambitions, rewarded. 2 aces around the time of the moon. Ace of Swords, clarity of mind. Ace of Wands, creative action, that spark of passion, that desire. 2 nines, so you're processing something. And 5 of Cups, you're processing something from the past. You're letting go of something here. So your spirit guides this week are saying, look, right here and right now, you may be experiencing some aspect of disappointment. I would just add, if you're new to my readings, I worked as an accredited therapist, a counsellor for over 28 years. And I have a huge library which is all about emotions and understanding emotions as a source of empowerment rather than something that bogs us down. It's called the A to Z of emotional health, and in fact, because I'm announcing the winners of my prize draw at the end of these readings, I have a monthly prize draw, but I'll say something about that at the end of the reading. But in that library, www.azemotionalhealth.com, there's a link in the information box below and also in the comments for phone users. You will find an amazing array of resources there to help you to process things. And I wrote a book called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness. And that is about specifically challenging emotions and how by understanding them we can find them to be a source of empowerment. There's a whole chapter on disappointment. It will teach you to use disappointment as an opportunity. There's something here about processing historical disappointments and even current disappointments in your pathway of navigating either an existing relationship or indeed of drawing in a new relationship. We experience disappointment actually helps us to become more discerning. We can pause and look closely at what's taking place and be very, very clear then. And, you know, take right action. Don't engage with things that don't feel right. What I'm being shown here is a breakthrough moment. There is opportunity to shift something and move beyond it this week. And your guides, I just want to say your guides, your spirit team are rooting for you. I know they always do. You know, it should go without saying that your spirit team are rooting for you. But really, there's something, they're really saying, look, we believe in you. We trust in you. We trust in your intuition, your wisdom. You know, you are the one that can now shift this. It's like they're rooting for you. They're walking alongside you. They are encouraging you. They are nurturing and saying, look, we believe in you. We know you can do this. There's just, the breakthrough is like just sitting there waiting to happen. So I'm going to draw, I think, reading number 1 from some more oracle cards and some angel cards as well. What else are we shown? For reading number 1, let's look at these oracle cards. Okay, so we have One Ring Circus. Oh, you are so meant to think about this. This is listening. Oh, yes, this is so clear. So, reading number 1. One Ring Circus. This is a time to actually to rely on your own intuition. Listen very, very carefully to what's going on around you, because you're going to see very clearly what is actually taking place. Something will be shown to you that will allow you to make very clear choices and decisions around what is right for you. Yeah, wisdom of experience. This is your guidance for this week from Spirit, and it is creating new beginnings. I'm going to use now the Art of Manifestation oracle cards as well. The bigger picture. Walk your talk. Oh, loving it. Yeah, these are actually the oracle cards that I give a pack of these away, a first signed limited edition pack and a free private reading. I'll mention my prize draw at the end, but I do give away a pack of these, and I'll be announcing the winners for last month's draw after these readings. So if you're on that email list, watch out. So, bigger picture. Sometimes, particularly during times of accelerated growth, we feel confused and overwhelmed, unable to see the woods for the trees. Okay, persevere. This card asks you to stand back and see the bigger picture. Everything is happening just as it should, and you will soon regain clarity. Become what you believe. Walk your talk. Are your thoughts and words and actions in alignment with your core inner values? The rune of protection. Walk the path of integrity. This card asks you to walk your talk, become your personal hero or heroine, and step into the very best version of you, radiating authenticity into the world. There is an opportunity this week, reading number 1, for you to shift some sort of pattern, whether it's an internal thinking pattern or a repetitive response within relationships and to others, that allows you to open up a space of new beginnings and a breakthrough. I really, really want to draw some angel cards, so let us see. Crystal clear intentions. Lovely. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. And this is what you desire from the heart. Patience. Archangel Jophiel. Again, perseverance. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize, but still they need nurturing and patience. Clear your space. Archangel Jophiel, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. Now this is interesting because there is something about, again, energetically shifting. Reading number 1. When you release something, you let go of something, including thinking patterns or belief systems, and you really believe in yourself. Ghostlands is really interesting because I think there is a fear. We didn't touch on this card. I think there is this sort of fear that time is running out, and this is really a reassurance that it's not. You know how sometimes you just think it'll never happen? There's an anxiety around here. And the difficulty with, if we have an anxiety that says, you know, time is running out, it's never going to happen for me, it can, excuse me, it can lead us to almost make compromises and settle for less because we think that what we really want is never going to happen. And this reading is a confirmation that it will. And it's like, don't play yourself down, big yourself up. Look at this, you know what to do. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Now I am actually reading number 1, just going to draw a few more cards for you because the reading is clear for your guidance this week from your team, but I would love to just ask for a little bit of more information about what it is you might need to actually do when it comes to taking action. It's like you'll see something clearly, clarity will be brought to you. It could raise some emotions around disappointment, but understand them as a source of empowerment. How do you then take action? Because the breakthrough is coming. Angel of soulmates, ambition satisfied. So let's just ask for a little bit more information for reading number 1 as to how this is going to work out or what action they may need to take. So we have Ace of Swords again. The Fool, new beginnings. It's taking a risk. Again, the Star. Oh, this is super. Right, okay. Reading number 1. I'm so glad that we have drawn these extra cards for you. So, clarity of mind, clarity of intention. Believe in what you really, really desire. Cut away the old. If something isn't working for you, be discerning, but with integrity. You know? The Fool, take a risk. Okay, dare to believe, you know, believe in a miracle, dare to believe, take a risk, leap into the unknown, because the Tower twice, you know, this is a breakthrough moment. You may want to do something entirely different. If there's something you have never done before and there's an invitation to go to it, to do it, go. If you thought, well, I've never done that before, I wouldn't have believed that would be right for me, or that's not really my bag, but I could give it a go, go. Try it. Take a risk. Step into a space of the unknown. The hope, the light, the moving forwards is going to come. And the moment that comes, I just think things are going to move forwards with a clarity of direction for you. Whatever that pathway is, it will open up. The direction will be clear, but it involves holding that clarity of thought in a way that is not about your ego mind, but about your heart's desire. Letting go and being discerning and taking a risk. Leaping into that place of, I'm not going to settle for less, I'm going to ask for more. You know, and that opens up this pathway of, yes, the universe and your spirit team are like, wow, reading number 1 is finally on track. They know what they really want. We can now show them the way. It's this sort of energy. It's like, as long as you settle for less, the universe cannot give you what you desire because you're asking for less. The moment you ask for more, it's like, oh, wow, let's open this up for you. That's the energy of the week for you. Reading number 1. Super Souls, if this is resonating with you and helping to support your journey, I post these readings for weekly guidance every single Sunday. And if you would like to get notification as soon as I post any readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. And Super Souls, I also give away a free private reading every month. I'm going to be announcing the winners of last month's today. I'll tack a little video on at the end of these readings. I also give away a pack of these oracle cards. It's a first signed limited edition pack, and I have a subscriber email list. It is a subscriber offer, and if you want to add yourself to that, once you're on the list, you are on it permanently, and I announce the winners, as I am today, after one of the Sunday readings. And Super Souls, I'm also doing lots of spontaneous readings as well. So, you know, they will just randomly pop up in your stream, and I put those into a timeless readings. They're the kind of, you know, the readings that help us when we're having a wobble, you know, or asking a specific question, you know, like, you know, what is this person thinking of me? Or, you know, is this a yes or a no direction? Or, you know, how will this work out? So do check out that timeless reading playlist, because you may find if you've got a specific question, you may find a reading that will help you with the answer. And if you have any ideas that you would like me to do readings for, then do please put them in the comments, because I do check the comments out, I do read them, and I add them to my list, and when the timing feels right, I will do that extra reading for you. Super Souls, reading number 1, this is just an amazing turning point for you. Seize the moment. If you haven't checked out the lunar updates, you might want to, because I post them daily, and if you want a nudge as well, a visual nudge, I post those daily on Facebook and Instagram too. So Super Souls, you can follow me there as well. Tons and tons and tons of love, reading number 1. I am really excited. This is a breakthrough week for you guys. It really is. It's such a potential shift. So, wow. Welcome to reading number 2. You have been guided in by the Angel of Faith, the Spiral Charm, which is just magical. This is about creation, and the Rune of Joy. The Rune of Joy is magnificent. It suggests that a period of darkness or difficulty or fogginess is coming to an end. It's really out of darkness into light, but again, carried across the gap by the wings of heaven, so guided by your angels of faith. Guided, it feels like there's a real sense of destiny around this card, actually. Moving through something out the other side. It's a rune of promise. It's like a new dawn, a new day. Now let's draw some cards from one of the tarot packs first. Okay, let's see what we have here. If we move these over here, I think we'll keep everything still in the camera for you guys to see. Oh, wow. Look at this, your first card, reading number 2. You have the Sun. And it is literally a new dawn. Vitality. Woo. Gosh. 7 of Angels. Progress. Ooh. We have number 9, the Retreat, Meditation. And we have Ayers Rock there. Wow. Oh, Super Souls, this is beautiful. Queen of Angels, Visionary, and the Star, the card of the Star, Hope. Wow. Oh my goodness me, reading number 2. This to me looks to be a week of, I want to almost say, revelation for you. Whatever you are bringing forth, whatever you are working on in the personal circumstances of your own world, whether this is work, a creative project, some aspect of your family life, any aspect of your world, that whatever is a priority for you right now, it is going to shift and it's going to open up. It's like it's a new dawn, revelation is the word that keeps coming. Vitality, it's like you're going to get renewed, a surge and a burst of energy that allows you to move forwards. If something has been weighing heavy, or you've been feeling like you're wading through treacle, because that can happen sometimes, can't it? It's like we're just thinking, oh, I'm trying to move it forwards and it's not happening. It's going to happen. Progress is going to come. Very interesting. The reading is suggesting, and your spirit team, your guides, your angels, your spirit team are suggesting that you do take time away from the busyness of life to meditate, to retreat, because you will be shown and brought exactly the information you need to move this forwards, for progress to happen at its fullest. So if you're not a daily meditator, this week you might want to, get up 10 minutes earlier to add that to your day, or finish your day with a meditation after everybody goes to sleep around you. There's something about, they're really offering, I feel, to channel through you, to support you. There's something you're bringing forth that you've been working on, and it's going to evolve. It will take, how sometimes things require steady progress, and at other times they just move forwards in leaps and bounds. It's like if you had writer's block, you are going to be wanting to write 24/7. Everything else will feel like an interruption to your time. You'll be like itching to get back to the page and write more. Keep a journal with you, keep a notebook, make a note of your dreams, pay attention to signs, signals, synchronicities. Something in your world that is of real importance to you, that you have been working at, is about to really take hold and move forwards. Oh, reading number 2. I'm just reveling in your energy of this week, and it is magical. If you haven't checked out the lunar updates for the week, you might want to have a quick look at them, because it's a real week of potential openings, breakthroughs, opportunities. So I feel like it's almost like the stars are, reading number 2, the stars are lining up for you this week. I'm going to draw runes for you. Okay. Your first rune is the rune of journey. Now the rune of journey is, again, it just in this instance is suggesting that things are going to move forwards. It's really interesting thinking about, removing writer's block and moving forwards. The rune of journey sometimes suggests that we journey within. The retreat and meditation is saying this too. Journey within, and there you will find the answers. We have the rune of protection. We have the rune of constraints. This is very interesting. We have the rune of flow. Now that may seem like a contradiction, but truly it's not. We have the rune of breakthrough, and we have the rune of wholeness. This is a completion. Gosh, if you've been working at something, it may even come to its point of completion. It may not be the end product, but it will be a point of completion. And my goodness me, you'll know, the information will come to you. This is like those light bulb moments. The rune of journey is like removing obstacles. Vitality, the sun, angel of faith, progress. The rune of protection, gosh, in this instance, I feel like you are being, again, guided, protected. It's like taking right action, prioritizing this as well, I would say, reading number 2. Prioritizing this above and beyond anything, because this is a week where the flow of energy is available for you if you wish to use it. We always have conscious free will and choice. We can always decide to do something else. But I would say, go with this. The rune of constraint is interesting, because I don't think the energy of restraint is around you. I think it's the opposite. But what this rune says is, when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. So they pay attention to the detail. They cross the T's, they dot the I's. It's like, again, if you were working on your manuscript, this is the week to do the final edit, or to do an edit. Pay attention to the detail, because actually it's then going to come to its completion. It's got this flavour about it, and the flow is coming. The breakthrough moment is coming, and the path, that the wholeness rune, it's like the path you must follow. So there is a sense of completion. This week is a magical, truly a magically creative week for you. Again, that's there in the lunar update for the week as well. Do check those out, Super Souls, if you feel you have any lack of any point in the week where you feel you're not sure or you're not certain. Either, retreat and meditate, or check out the lunar updates, because they will often reground you and help you to just establish where you are in the overall flow of the week's energy. Let's draw some more tarot cards for reading number 2. Ask for more information, although it's actually very clear, I feel, for you guys. More information, more guidance for reading Reading number 2. Okay. The Hanged Man. I feel like you can see clearly now. Look at the signs. I love this card. So look at the signs here. Literally, there are runes beneath this person, which is the, you know, the archetypal energy of the hangman is about Odin and the Celtic runes, where he was hanging upside down in a tree and saw the shapes and the images made out of stones and twigs, and he understood them to be giving meaning and offering him a direction. So this is a shift. It's a clarity in your direction. It's a shift in the energy, the sun, vitality. 2 of Cups. Now this is interesting because partnership. Oh my goodness me, you have the sun again. Oh, let's just put these cards out and see where we are. Let's just put these cards. Yes, a period of, I want to say, stuckness is coming to an end. I need to move these along just a little bit, I think, so we've got room for everything. Yep, I think that's working. Cool. Okay, Angel of Faith. The Rune of Joy. Okay, now I'm just going to place the Rune of Joy here. Super good. So you're going to be shown the clarity of direction. This is interesting because I feel there may be some collaboration involved, some help coming in for you as well, some assistance on your progress. And the Rune of Strength, keep going this week because, you know, use the energy well. Be your authentic self. Whilst you may need to retreat and meditate, I think the signs will be shown to you, but I feel like there's some backup coming in around you. Now this in some ways could just be, it could be the backup of a partner, it could be the backup of a close friend or someone coming in. It may even be someone coming in and giving you a piece of information that you needed that creates that breaking point, that turning point, that breakthrough. But you know, well, breaking points are breakthroughs. But it's like all the information you need to cross the T's and dot the I's, to finish something, to complete something. Persevere. Keep going this week. The vitality, the energy is with you, and you can really take charge of this and move it forwards. Indeed, someone may actually open a doorway for you that will direct you to the next doorway of opening, the next doorway of creation. Something that you have, this is in reverse here, we have the 8 of Swords. Something that you have been worrying about is coming to an end. There is a completion here. If you felt that it was never going to come together, I do feel some aspect of stuckness is coming to an end here. Pay attention to the details. I think you're really going to see clearly. And I also think that those feelings that this would never move forwards are going to be dissipated through this week. It's a beautiful reading. The Sun, the Emperor, the Sun twice. Wow. You know, this is a breakthrough week for you. There is something here that says you have a choice. It's almost like, I think because you've been working really hard, because things are flowing, you could almost relax into it. And, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't look after yourself, but your guides are really saying, give this your full focus this week, because the energy is completely right for doorways to be opened. And, you know, the week of really focusing on this is going to pay dividends, whatever it is. So even if you feel you're putting something else aside to give this your priority, it will be worth it in the long run. It really will. So I am going to, reading number 2, draw just a few more cards for you. I think we'll draw some oracle cards. In fact, we'll use the Art of Manifestation oracle cards. Stand your ground, yes. Open yourself to possibility. Lack. Problems. Release the past. Outcome. And empower yourself. Wow. Well, this is a big set of cards, but we've just gone with it. So stand your ground. be focused, literally be focused, and be open to possibility. Really allow yourself to embrace the flow of energy this week. Now, the card of lack is really interesting because it asks us not to focus on what we haven't got, but to release anything that holds us back from believing that we can have that which we desire. The card of problems asks us to understand problems as an opportunity. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you. How can we move these cards so we can see everything? Okay. Okay, this is where this is just going to sit bang in the middle. This is really interesting, Super Souls. What I'm seeing you leaving behind this week is letting go of, there's something, whatever you've been working on, whatever your creative project, whatever your priority and your focus, you're coming into a space of a new dawn this week. The planets are aligning for you. If there is an interruption in your week, you can choose to attend to it, you know, with clarity, with detail, and then motor on again. Don't let it move you off track. You know, and if you think about it, when something pops up in our world, our perception of it alters what that means to us. So this card asks you to view a problem as an opportunity rather than a crisis. So what I feel is that even if something shows up that appears to be a problem or a something, it isn't there to stop you. It's actually there to give you a piece of information. You know, it's almost like now Saturn is now in retrograde, and it's got that retrograde energy, whereby with retrograde energy we're often shown something, especially with Saturn in the building of something. It's almost like if you suddenly see a flaw in something, you can pay attention to the detail, you can cross the T's, dot the I's. When you're doing that final edit, you might come across something like and think, oh, I really need to rewrite that paragraph. Well, go ahead and rewrite it. The flow is with you to make that alteration so that it really is in the right state to send off, to complete. You know, you're being given these breakthrough moments. There is nothing here to feel stuck about. It isn't this has gone wrong. It's just go back to it and attend to that detail. Don't let it floor you. Open yourself to possibility. Stay on track. Stand your ground over whatever you need to. Hold your boundaries and keep your space intact, because the energy is with you. Keep your priority around what you wish to timetable this week and what you wish to achieve. Empower yourself. Others are on their own journey. Just hold your own boundaries. And I'm juggling because I always think the rune of protection, take right action. And, you know, open yourself to possibility. Even something that may seem like a delay isn't here to throw you into a historic way of thinking. It's actually here to shift you into a space of greater empowerment. And, you know, so don't be too attached. Timetable your time and prioritize it, but don't be so attached to that timetable that there's no flexibility at all. And trust that if something comes into your world, it's giving you some information that may really, really help you to arrive at a space of completion in some way. This is a super week for you guys. It really does. This is a week of empowerment. I'm going to just draw from some angel cards to wrap up this reading. Super reading number 2 people. Chakra clearing. Archangel Metatron, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using geometric shapes. This is keeping your energy flow going, whatever happens. Your guides are so rooting for you. I love this. Crystal clear intentions and you know what to do. This is such a reading of empowerment. reading number 2, I honestly think this is a magical week for you. Whatever shows up in your world, every single thing that comes into your world, I mean, I know that's true anyway, everything that comes into our world comes with purpose, but sometimes it can feel like it's something after something after something, and it can really bog us down. This is a week when anything that arrives is actually there to give you a spark of inspiration, or a clue, or a little piece of something that will help you to cross the T's, to dot the I's, to move something forward. So this is a week of revelation and openings for you. Reading number 2, I am really excited for you. I really, really am. It's like, it's just, it feels like opening after opening, with you prioritizing your strengths and your own energy and your own direction. Reading number 2, if this reading has resonated, felt good, if it's working for you, I post these readings for weekly guidance from your spirit team every single Sunday. So if you would like to get notification of this, and also the spontaneous stuff that I do, I post quite a few extra readings, and they go into a timeless reading playlist, you know, where, you know, how will this situation work out? We can ask questions, is this person, what's this person thinking about me? You know, is this a yes or a no to something? So all of those readings are available on the channel and in various time lists. I give away a free private reading and a pack of these oracle cards every single month. At the end of these readings today, I'm announcing the winners. So if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, anything I post should come into your stream. If you want to be in my monthly prize draw, I have a subscriber email list. It is a subscriber offer, and I'll put the link as well in the information box and the comments for phone users too. And yeah, Super Souls, I am announcing the winners. So if you're in that list, because once you're in it, for life, as long as you're subscribing here. So check out that, because if you are on that list, you may have won a private reading or a pack of these cards. And I'm putting a little video on at the end of these readings today for the winners of last month's prize draw. So Super Souls, reading number 2, I am just feeling invigorated is the right word for this reading. Really invigorated. Whatever lands in your world this week, it is here not to restrict you, but to open doorways and to give you the information needed to move forwards with clarity. Tons and tons and tons and tons of love, reading number 2. Welcome to reading number 3. You guys have been drawn to the card Angel of Past Lives, the Rune of Separation, and the Fishbone, which I think often really takes us to the bare bones of the matter. Now, the Rune of Separation is interesting because it involves, it does involve separation, but it's actually a rune of inheritance. It suggests that when we leave something behind or let go of something, that something new comes to us. So it's actually a rune of gain. Okay, so we acquire something through the letting go. And also it's very interesting because it sort of suggests, it's a bit like a snake outgrowing its skin. It would suggest that you have moved beyond something. So something in your world that either no longer serves you, but it was appropriate for you before and it's not appropriate for you anymore. So in terms of past lives, it may be that you have reached a resolution of something, and whatever you have been processing, it is ceasing to be of relevance to you, and you are free to move forwards unencumbered, maybe. But let's draw first of all from a pack of the tarot and see what we're shown for reading number 3. I'm feeling very strongly. There's quite a lot of cards coming out here for you guys from this first pack. Okay, let's see what we are initially shown. So Page of Trees, Dreamer. The Empress Mother. Okay. Ace of Angels, Wisdom, the Release, Metamorphosis. 8 of Angels, Confusion, We have the Sun, Vitality, Queen of Hearts. Wow, Queen of Hearts, Sixth Sense, and the High Priestess, Intuition. This is interesting because it is kind of tuning in a little bit with actually some aspects of reading number 1. Now, something is about to shift for you. Now, if you haven't tuned in yet to the lunar updates, you may want to, because it is a week of metamorphosis. It's a week where the lunar energy really supports transformation. We have a magical full moon, super full moon in Sagittarius. Very karmic flavour to the week. Now, this is very, very interesting. Reading number 1, reading number 3. There are some connections to reading 1. You're letting go of something. Something is leaving your world. And I want to say the timing is perfect for this separation. You're letting go of something. Something is departing. It could be an attitude. It could be a way of responding to something. It could be an actual something or an actual someone. But it's as if on a karmic level, this has outworn its use. It's like an old coat that is no longer right for you to wear, and you don't have to wear it anymore. It's really straightforward in that way. So this is happening this week for you. Something is being let go of. I love this. You know, we have the clock here. You see the clocks that have wings in this beautiful imagery of this card. The timing is absolutely perfect for you to shift and release and let go of something, whatever that may be for you. You're going to see very clearly what it is, or what aspect of this you need to let go of. It may be that previously you've been a little confused around this. I think you're going to let go of that confusion and find clarity. Pay attention to your dreams, reading number 3 this week, because you might find that some things surface in your dreams that open those doorways and make it clear. It's sort of as to the meaning of something. So it's like when experiences come, we can interpret them in a particular way. Now we have the energy of the Empress around, the energy of motherhood. Again, this may relate to the holding on to something and the letting go of it. There is a release, there is a refinding of clarity. I literally feel like this week brings you an opportunity, and your guides, your spirit team are really voicing this. This week is going to be bringing you an opportunity to shift your perception about something in a way that realigns you with your purpose and your calling. Okay, so something that might previously have been blocking that a little bit is now going to shift. It's almost like karmically you've addressed something in some way. Hence the separation and the angel of past lives. It is as if literally karmically you've learned something. It's like you've been there, done that. You've bought the t-shirt probably several times over, and actually there's really no need to wear that one anymore, and it's time to move on. And so something that used to give you confusion and it used to weigh you down is going to be lifted this week, reading number 3, and you return to a space within yourself, I think, of harmony, of balance, where intuitively you are aligned in a way that you can align with your own wisdom, your own higher knowledge, your own awareness of things. This is a very transformational reading number 3. I'm pretty in awe of this level of soul work. So, you know, I just want to say, wow, really, reading number 3. This is something else. Let's draw some tarot cards and see what we are shown. What is the guidance for this week for reading number 3? Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles, we have the 4 of Cups, we have the Fool. Yeah. Can we see this? Super Souls, I'm going to see if I can whiz the camera out a tiny little bit more, just zoom it out a teensy bit so we have a little bit more space, and I'll probably just pause it and organize the cards so we can see everything. Okay, Super Souls, I hope you can see everything here. Look at that, we have the Empress again, but what a different portrayal of the energy of the Empress. We have the King of Wands too. So 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, the Fool, 8 of Cups, King of Wands, the Empress again. These cards are so different in their portrayal. You know, there is sadness in this card, even though there is a beautifulness. You know, the butterflies are transforming. There's a kind of there's a depth and almost a melancholy. It's what I would call the transformational aspect of the Empress card, which is to do with, it's like what I would call a one-way street of mothering, you know, where we nurture our children, but we also need to let them go and let them find their own way forwards. So there is something, I think, that you have genuinely treasured, hung on to, that is about to be let go of, or there is opportunity this week, and your guides and angels and your team are supporting you, because this card of the Empress is about new beginnings. It's like rebirthing into the world, nurturing something new. So what I'm seeing, the energy of this transformation for you this week, reading number 3. So the guidance for your weekly spirit, from your weekly spirit team. I want to say nurture yourself, okay? 7 of Pentacles, something needs to be nurtured. It's like you're nurturing, and remember that what we see above the ground, it's like when we plant a tree, it may not look very big on the surface, but actually its roots go down a long way. And with a lot of the crops and things that we sow, the seeds we sow, they put down roots before they come above the surface. So there is something about nurturing something that you are bringing into being and releasing something that previously was in the way of you being able to move that forwards and birth it into the world. So there is this sort of aspect of having to let go of something, to release something, to leave behind an aspect of confusion. It may even be, you know, that the aspect of confusion previously almost afforded you protection. I mean, that might seem a strange thing to say, but it's like mothering, isn't it? You know, we can stay at home safely tied to the apron strings, nurturing, being in a nurturing environment. But at some point we need to grow up and leave home. We need to get out there. We need to take a risk. And we could stay at home in a really safe zone and not actually step into the world, but we will never bring out our fullest potential. And this is this sort of turning point of letting go of something that you've outgrown it, basically. You know, it may previously even have felt quite safe to sit within that perspective, but actually you're going to shift it, you're going to move away from it, or the opportunity is there. You know, we all have conscious free will and choice, so you can do with your opportunities what you wish. That's up to us each. This is really saying, you know, there's opportunity this week, and it's such a transformational week. You know, you guys, if you didn't check out the lunar updates, you might want to do so. It's an amazing week of potential. So take a risk, you know, walk away, let go of something that used to hold you back, a perspective, an attitude, step out of the safe zone, take charge of yourself, find the lion or the lioness within and take charge, because there is an opportunity here for you. There really, really is. There is opportunity this week to transform from a space where something was previously, it was right for you before, but it's no longer right for you now. It is choosing to wear a different coat and begin to birth something new into the world. It's like you find something of a direction that previously you were either maybe a little bit afraid of grasping, or you weren't quite ready for it. It's fair enough. We're not all ready at exactly the right time. We are ready, I think, at the right time. We're not always ready at the same time. Something isn't quite right. There's other stuff going on. The timing is right for you now. That's this week's guidance. Now I'm going to draw from the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, and I think some angel cards as well, reading number 3. Yeah, open the floodgates. Oh, I love this. This is such a beautiful card of empowerment because it really invites us. It says, you know, just release our feelings, release our emotions, because they become like an energetic roadblock if we don't release them. And this is interesting because I think it was reading number 1 actually, which again, yeah, this did tune in to read this. There's some similarities. They're very different, but there are some similarities. In reading number 1 as well, I did say, I think it was reading 1, that I have a whole online library. It's www.azemotionalhealth.com. And I worked, for those of you new to me and the Moon Magic channel, I worked as an accredited therapist for over 28 years in a full-time psychotherapy practice. And when I kind of moved into more spiritual work and writing predominantly, I built a whole library full of resources. It's completely free. It's a membership site. Membership is free and always will be. It is full of resources and stuff to help you navigate emotions as a source of empowerment. I wrote a book called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness, and I've taken our most challenging emotions and kind of shown you how to shift those with real exercises as well, how to shift that emotional state into a source of empowerment. You know, every emotion has a lower vibrational state, but also a higher vibrational state, and we can shift that with awareness. So if that library and those resources are helpful to you, then do please check them out. It's completely free, and I will put the link in the information box below and in the comments as well for phone users. The bigger picture. This came out as well in one of the other readings. Course correct. Open yourself to possibility. Okay, so yeah, this is about release and letting go. Ultimately, the bigger picture, stand back, you know, don't be bogged down in the detail, because that's the stuff that has previously, I think, created confusion. Stand back and see the bigger picture. You know, sometimes, particularly during times of accelerated growth, we can feel confused and overwhelmed, unable to see the woods for the trees. This card asks you to stand back and to see the bigger picture. Everything is happening just as it should, and you will soon regain clarity. Course correct. If an obstacle or diversion has interrupted your plans, this card is here to assure you that the delay is providential. Interestingly enough, suggesting you pause and reassess in order to fine-tune. So I think there is going to be a change in direction where something opens up for you, taking that risk, stepping out of the safe zone. And open yourself to possibility. Almost everyone holds some limiting beliefs about themselves. These perceptions block us from receiving the infinite support of the universe. This card is an invitation to reassess and to look beyond these limitations, and to recognize that in opening yourself to possibility, you automatically invite positive change into your life. So this is a magical week of opportunity. It's like shifting away from something that used to hold you back into a space of massive new potential. Okay, Super Souls, let's draw a couple of angel cards. Clairsentience. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. This is so interesting because we so often see emotions as in black and white terms, positive, negative, good or bad. If I feel bad, then it's a bad thing. And actually the very emotion you're feeling may actually be a window of opportunity, showing you something with real clarity. So yeah, again, connecting with the library, if that is of relevance to you. Moon cycles, and of course we have a super full moon. Archangel Haniel, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations. Capitalize on these cycles. Check out the moon updates, the lunar updates for the week that I've put at the beginning of these readings. But of course, full moon in Sagittarius, I think there's going to be a potential illumination around that time for you guys. Comfort. Oh, this is so lovely. Your spirit team are really supporting you in letting go of something and moving beyond it. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. This is so beautiful. And remember who you are. Archangel Michael, you are a powerful, loving and creative child of God. You are very loved. There is so much reassurance and love for you from your team. Really, reading number 3, it's like I feel they are just nurturing you through something that has been holding you back and saying, come along. You know, you're not being shoved into a space of newness. You're being nurtured and gently fostered towards it with a lot of gentle care and kindness and compassion. Just super amount of love for you to move you from a space of confusion to a space of clarity and possibility. Reading number 3, this is a very beautiful, warm and loving reading. I feel very nurtured even sitting within it. And this week, your spirit team are really nurturing and rooting and loving you into a space of new possibility, a letting go, a healing, and gosh, with such reverence and regard for you. It feels so beautiful. Reading number 3, I'm going to wrap this up now. If this is resonating with you, I post readings for weekly guidance from your spirit team every single Sunday. I post a ton of extra spontaneous readings, so if you want to get a notification of anything as soon as I post it, if you subscribe and click the little bell icon, it should come into your stream. If you want to be in my monthly prize draw, I give away a pack of these Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. I'm going to announce the winners in just a moment as well after these readings for last month. It's a subscriber offer and I have a subscriber email list. I will put the link in the information box below and the link to the library as well. Once you're on this list, you are on it forever, and my colleague draws the names out of a hat for me every month, and then I announce the winners, usually after one of the Sunday readings. So watch out for those and check it out today if you're on that list already. And yeah, I give away a free private reading as well, so it's these cards and a free private reading. So if you'd like to be in that draw, add yourself to that email list. Reading number 3, just tons and tons and tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you in some other readings. I'm going to hopefully be doing some spontaneous readings on the day of the full moon this week as well, so you know, watch out for those as soon as I post them as well. Tons and tons and tons of love. Super souls, this is the wonderful time of the month when I let you know who has won the prize draw for last month. I will be giving away a free private reading and a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, and that's a first signed limited edition pack. So wonderful friends, let me announce the winners. The Oracle cards are going to Raven, and Raven, your YouTube name is The Raven Magic. If you can get in touch with me via my website, because we're going to need your postal address to ship these out to you, that's www.azemotionalhealth.com. And the free private reading is going to Karina. Karina, your YouTube name is Hitty3000. So if you would also like to get in touch with me via the website, I can then make arrangements with you to do that reading for you. Tons and tons of love and congratulations to the winners.